So Neal,
Yes.
we're at Pelona Hills.
We are.
New construction.
Yeah.
You and I both know buying new construction is a little bit of a different process than buying a resale home.
It is.
Can you go over a few of those differences?
Yeah, good question, Alex. So one of the nice things about selling real estate in Santa Clarita is we've almost always had both new and resale homes to bring to buyers, right?
Sure.
And we would explain the difference between, hey, you buy a resale home, you buy a new home. So the biggest difference right off the bat, because buyers always want to know, hey, what's this going to cost me, right? Is the lender component. Like if you call us and say, hey, I want to go look at resale homes in the Santa Clarita Valley, we'll get you with one of our great lenders and you'll crunch numbers and you'll get a pre-approval. With new construction, they have what's known as an in-house lender, right? Doesn't mean that you as a buyer can't use your own lender. Of course you can. But the builder is going to want to know that you're properly qualified, and they're going to ask you, in the case of Pelona Hills, to talk to either Loan Depot or US Bank, two excellent lenders, but they're their in-house lenders. So that's the biggest difference. The second difference I think that's important is it's important to know that when you buy a resale home, it's a finished product, right? You're looking at it and you're going, oh, that's my hedges or my pool or my trees. You don't have any of that in new construction. Yeah. An escrow for a resale home might be 30 days, maybe 45. In a new build, you may walk into this model that we're sitting in now when it opens in a little while, and you may say, gosh, I love that floor plan, and you won't move in for 3, 4, 5, 6 months. You put a deposit down just like a resale home, but then you go through a much longer process. And so that's one of the biggest differences about buying a new home is you're going to have to wait for it, right? Now, the fun part about that is you get to select everything, right? And buyers love that. Oh, my carpet color, my tile, my countertop. But there's one more difference, which is there's more expense in buying a new home sometimes because there's no landscaping, and depending on what you choose, that can be expensive. There's no window treatments, right? We're looking out these windows here. And upgrades can often cost money, right? I don't like the tile counter. I want the quartz. How much does that cost, Mr. Builder? So these are some of the differences that, as a buyer, you want to be aware of.
Absolutely. And one last question about that lending component. Why would someone want to use their in-house lender as opposed to someone that we might recommend on a daily basis?
Yeah, so lending is always the same. You're going to want to get different opinions, right? You're not going to want to pay any more than you have to, but the builders will very often offer financial incentives to use their lender. They like to control the process. They know their lenders are good, and they know that they're going to get a closed escrow if you use, in the case of Pelona, Loan Depot or US Bank, right? So they may say, hey, Mr. Buyer, if you use our in-house lender, we'll give you these credits, these financial credits towards your closing costs or loan fees, that kind of a thing, to incentivize you as the buyer to use their lender. You'll simply compare those incentives to what another lender might offer you and pick the program that's best for you.
All right, Neal, last question.
Yes.
If people want to have up-to-date information on Pelona Hills, because we've got a lot of people reaching out,
we do.
How should they go about that?
Yeah, so reach out to us directly, right? We'll put our information up. We have a dedicated phone number specifically for this project to use. You'll always get somebody that's familiar with the project to tell you about it. We're updating things weekly now because we're getting very close to a grand opening. So the important thing I want to say about whether it's a resale home you end up buying or a new home, you always want to have somebody you trust that knows the different things that you're looking at, that knows what those resale homes offer you, right? The differences in the neighborhoods, the schools, the taxes, all these things. And the same with new builds, just walking lots, right? We have 19 homes that are going to open. Some of those lots are really great. Some of them are less so, right? Helping you see what it's going to look like when it's finished is what somebody who's experienced in this area does. And so that's really, really important. And we'll put the phone number up on the screen for you so you have it.
All right, thanks.
All right, Al, good job.